Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing well. This is the introduction video. I won't be jumping right into exercises. Instead, I'll outline every single subtopic that you should expect. For example, in grade 9 factorization, you know that we have the common factor, common bracket, difference of two squares, trinomials, and grouping. So in grade 10 analytical geometry, our subtopics are the distance formula, midpoint formula, gradient formula. We also have parallel lines and perpendicular lines, and so on. So I want you guys to have a sense of direction so that you are fully prepared for this topic. Now, before we even start with the grade 10 work, we have to revise our grade 9 straight line formula. Okay, you guys know that it's y is equal to mx plus c. Your m is the gradient and your c is the y-intercept, where x is equal to 0. So for this, let's just do a quick exercise so that I can remind you guys. Find the equation of the straight line that has a gradient of -2 and passes through point B, -3 and 8. So the first step would be to write down our standard formula. You guys know that it's y is equal to mx plus c. Step 2, let's substitute our gradient. Remember, I told you that m is your gradient. So in this question, they told us that the straight line has a gradient of -2. So let's write this as, let's replace this m with -2. We'll get y is equal to -2. We keep the x, we have plus c, okay? So for the next step, let's identify our x and y axis from the given coordinate. We have point B, you have -3 and 8. So this -3 is your x value, and this 8 is your y value. Okay, now let's substitute those coordinates into the equation. What is your y value? You have 8. So we replace this y with 8 is equal to, you have -2. X, what is your x value? -3. So this has to be in a bracket. -3, we have plus c. Okay, now let's solve for c. We have 8 is equal to -2 times -3. It's 6 plus c. Now let's take this 6 to the left-hand side. We have 8 minus 6 is equal to c. Therefore, c is equal to 2. Now let's write our final formula. This time we have c. Okay, so your straight line formula will be y is equal to -2x plus, what is your c? 2. So that is how the straight line formula works, and I'll do more activities as we navigate analytical geometry together. Again, let's make a list of all our subtopics. The straight line formula, let's say straight line, and let's write our formula. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is grade 9 work. Now let's move to our grade 10 work. So in grade 10, we have, let me say A, we have the distance formula. So this is your distance formula, okay? The purpose of this is to help you to find the length of a line segment. So for now, we won't be substituting or doing any activities. As I said, I'll just outline the basics, and from the next video, we'll try different examples so that I can prepare you for your question papers. So we have the distance formula. We also have the midpoint formula. And that is your midpoint formula. The purpose of this is to help you find the exact middle part between two coordinates. For example, if you have, let's say, 1 until 10. So let's say exactly between 9 and 10, we'd obviously have 5, right? You use this formula so that you can find this exact point. We also have the, let me label this as C, the gradient formula. And that is your gradient line formula. The whole point of this is to measure the slope of a line. So we have the straight line distance formula, midpoint formula, gradient formula. Let me label this as 1. So let's say 2. Under 2, we have A, B, and C. So for number 3, we have parallel lines. So I'll explain what parallel and perpendicular lines are in the next few videos. Number 4, you'll have questions that basically ask you to prove a right angle triangle. So all these 4 things will be presented to you in your exams, and when I start my videos, you'll learn the distance formula, how to substitute and how to find the distance of different lines. You'll learn the midpoint formula. Then gradient formula is about slopes. It shows you how your line is. We also have parallel and perpendicular lines, and lastly, how to prove a right angle triangle. I'll fully explain all these subtopics, and from there I will show you guys different past question papers so that you know how analytical geometry will be presented to you in your exams. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.